When two souls are meant to be family, there comes a time in our lives when we meet someone, and deep within we know our souls have crossed paths before. It's not by chance, it's not by accident, but by divine purpose. Do you believe that? When two souls are meant to be, nothing can tear them apart? That when destiny calls, everything aligns in the most miraculous ways? You see, sometimes the journey of life feels like a maze, but when two souls are destined to be together, they'll find their way to each other no matter how far apart they are. I need you to understand something today. The power of the soul connection is deeper than any circumstance. When it's meant to be, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stand in the way. So today, let's talk about how we know, how we feel, and how we trust the divine design when two souls are meant to be. There is no such thing as coincidence when two souls are meant to be together. Everything that happens in the grand design of life unfolds with purpose, meaning, and intent. When we reflect on the course of our lives, we often encounter moments that seem insignificant, yet later we realize those moments were not only significant but divinely orchestrated. There are times when we meet someone and we feel this deep, profound connection that transcends the ordinary. It's as though everything that led up to that meeting, the challenges, the decisions, the twists and turns, was all a part of a divine plan to bring those two souls together. That, my friends, is the work of divine design at its finest. From the first breath of life to the last, everything in this universe operates in harmony, guided by a higher purpose. The encounters, the relationships, the people we meet, they are all part of a larger picture, one that we might not always see in the moment, but with time we begin to understand it. Have you ever met someone and as soon as they walked into your life, you felt like you'd known them forever? It wasn't just familiarity, it was a sense of coming home, a recognition that this was more than chance. This was a divine connection, a soul alignment that was written long before you even realized it. When you encounter that kind of connection, don't dismiss it. Don't let fear, doubt, or the noise of the world cloud your understanding of what's happening. The universe doesn't make mistakes. Your meeting, your coming together with that person was written in the stars. There's a divine hand that guides our steps, even when we don't see it. And every twist in our journey is leading us to this exact moment, to these exact people. These connections aren't accidental. They are orchestrated by a force far greater than us, a force that knows the deepest desires of our hearts, the things we long for even when we can't put them into words. So when you find yourself standing in front of someone whose soul calls to yours, don't question it. Trust that the universe has aligned to bring you to this point. There are no mistakes, only divine timing. Everything that has led you to this exact moment, every decision, every tear, every joy, every hardship, it was all preparing you for this encounter. It's a reminder that we are not in control, but rather we are part of something far bigger than ourselves, something that has been unfolding in ways we cannot always understand. The people we meet, the souls we connect with, come into our lives at the precise moment we need them. This divine timing ensures that we are prepared for what lies ahead. It might not always make sense in the moment, but when we look back, we can see that every single experience was leading us to this divine intersection. It's all part of a plan so magnificent that we can't even begin to comprehend its full scope. And that's okay, because we don't need to understand it all. What we need to do is trust in the divine design. Trust that the people we are meant to meet will enter our lives exactly when we are ready. And we will be ready for them when the time comes. When two souls are meant to be, nothing and no one can change that course. It's destined, it's divine, and it's beautiful. There's a reason that timing in life is everything, and when it comes to soul connections, that reason becomes abundantly clear. We often find ourselves frustrated, waiting for something to happen, for someone to come into our lives, or for a relationship to unfold. But in those moments of waiting, we are being shaped We are being prepared for what is coming. The divine timing at work in our lives means that everything happens not when we want it to, but when we are truly ready to receive it. We cannot rush this process. We cannot force the connection to happen before it's time. And the truth is, if it happened before you were ready, you might miss the deeper meaning, the profound lessons, and the incredible transformation that comes from truly understanding the journey of coming together with another soul. Look back on your life. Think about the moments when you wanted something so desperately, and it didn't happen. Maybe it was love. Maybe it was a job. Maybe it was a dream you were chasing. At the time, you couldn't understand why it wasn't unfolding the way you had hoped. You questioned yourself. You questioned your worth, your ability, your timing. But now, with the wisdom of hindsight, you see it all so clearly. You see that if those things had come sooner, you wouldn't have been ready to appreciate them. You wouldn't have had the capacity to receive the blessings that you now hold in your life. That's what divine timing is. It's about readiness. It's about being prepared for the gift that is about to be bestowed upon you, the person you were meant to meet, the soul you were destined to walk alongside. They couldn't have come into your life until everything aligned perfectly. The lessons you needed to learn, the growth you needed to undergo, the wisdom you needed to gain, it all had to come first. When two souls are meant to be, there's an unseen force guiding them. It's not just about proximity or circumstance, it's about alignment. And alignment takes time, it takes patience, it takes growth. There are things you had to experience, things you had to overcome, things you had to become before the two of you could meet. It wasn't about a lack of effort or a mistake. It was about the journey, the preparation, and the ultimate realization that everything in life unfolds exactly as it should. When the time is right, when you are ready, everything will fall into place. The key is understanding that you don't need to rush this process. Too often we fight against the flow of life, resisting the waiting, resisting the silence, resisting the stillness. We feel uncomfortable, unsure, as though we are missing something. But in truth, those moments of waiting are the fertile ground where transformation happens. You are becoming who you need to be. You are learning the lessons that will equip you to fully embrace what is coming. It is in the stillness, the patience, the quiet moments of anticipation that your soul is being prepared for the magnificent connection that will come. In the meantime, trust that the universe knows exactly what it's doing. The timing is not yours to dictate. It is in the hands of a higher power, one who sees the full picture, one who knows what you need even when you don't. When two souls are meant to be, the connection will happen at exactly the right time. It will unfold not because of your haste or your plans, but because everything is aligning in perfect harmony. Trust the process. Trust that when it's meant to happen, when you are truly ready to receive the blessing, it will come to you. And until that moment arrives, remember that every experience, every challenge, every waiting moment is preparing you for what lies ahead. You are not just waiting, you are becoming. And when the time is right, your soul will meet the one it was always meant to find. There are moments in life when everything just seems to fall into place. It feels as though the entire universe conspires to bring two people together. But before this beautiful union takes place, there's something that happens deep within, something that transcends logic, understanding, and even time itself. This is soul recognition. It's a feeling that goes beyond the ordinary. When two souls are meant to be, there's an undeniable pull, a magnetic force that connects them in ways that cannot be explained. It's like a whisper from the heart, a familiar knowing that, though it seems new, feels as if you've always known this person on a deeper level. The first time you meet them, the first time you look into their eyes, you feel as if time itself stands still. You may not have the words to describe it, but you know deep down that this is not just any connection. This is something sacred, something eternal. That feeling you experience, the one that says, I've known you forever, even though you've only just met, is the moment of soul recognition. It's a recognition that transcends the physical and the mental. It's not about shared history or experiences, but about the way your spirits resonate with each other. This recognition goes beyond the senses. It's not about what we can see or touch. It's something felt in the very core of our being. There's no confusion, no uncertainty in that moment. The soul knows exactly who it's meant to be with. This connection is so much more profound than any external circumstances or superficial traits. It is pure, untainted, and divine, and it doesn't need any validation from the outside world to prove its authenticity. The moment your soul recognizes another soul, the connection is real. Even if you can't explain it with words, sometimes we spend years searching for love, longing for a connection that feels truly authentic. We look in places, through people, and through experiences, but we often overlook the deeper truth that love, real love, is not something we chase. Love, the kind that transcends time and space, the kind that lasts beyond this lifetime, is something that finds us when we are ready. It's a journey of discovery, a path that we walk to meet ourselves and the other person who is meant to walk that path beside us. This recognition comes when the time is right, when the conditions of the heart, mind, and spirit are aligned, when we stop searching for love in the wrong places, when we stop trying to force connections that aren't meant to be. That's when love, true love, finds us. And in that moment of soul recognition, everything changes. Suddenly the mundane becomes extraordinary and the ordinary becomes sacred. This is the moment when two souls recognize each other, not because of what they have in common, but because they were always meant to meet. It's a knowing that transcends all doubts, fears, and insecurities. There's no questioning it. It's as though the universe itself has opened up to reveal a deeper truth. A truth that says you were always meant to be together. This recognition also carries with it a profound responsibility. When two souls are meant to be, it's not just about the connection, it's about the journey that will unfold as a result of that connection. It's about walking a path together, growing, evolving, and facing the challenges that life throws at you, not separately, but side by side. The recognition of a soul connection doesn't make life easier. It makes it more meaningful. It challenges you to rise to a higher version of yourself, to love more deeply, to be more patient, and to trust more fully. It asks you to step into a partnership that requires vulnerability, strength, sacrifice, and growth. But the beauty of it is that you don't have to walk it alone. You have that soul beside you, that person who recognizes you for who you truly are, flaws and all. As you continue on this journey, remember that soul recognition doesn't come just to bring comfort. It comes to bring transformation. When two souls are meant to be, it's about more than just love. It's about both souls evolving into the best versions of themselves, learning from each other, and growing together. This is a sacred process. It's not easy. It's not without difficulty, but it is one that is always worth the struggle, because in the end, you both emerge stronger, wiser, and more in tune with who you are meant to be, both individually and together. The magic of soul recognition is that it shows us what true connection really means. It's not about perfection. It's about acceptance. It's not about finding someone who fills all of your needs, but rather someone who walks with you through the process of becoming. It's a recognition that goes beyond the limitations of time, space, and circumstance. It's eternal, it's real. And when it happens, you know that nothing, no obstacle, no distance, and no trial will ever be able to take that connection away. The bond is unbreakable because it is rooted in something far deeper than what the eye can see. It is rooted in the very essence of your being. When two souls are meant to be, the connection between them doesn't rely on words, nor does it require explanations. It transcends the realm of logic and enters a space far deeper than the surface level exchanges we often experience in everyday life. It's not about what you can see, what you can touch, or what can be measured by the standards of the physical world. It's about a shared understanding that comes from the heart, from the soul, from the very core of your being. The connection is so deep that sometimes words are unnecessary because there's a knowing that exists without the need for explanation. It's a recognition that's felt in the silence, in the presence, in the shared experiences, and in the quiet moments where no words need to be spoken. When two souls are meant to be, there's an unspoken understanding that binds them together. It's a communication that occurs without a single word being exchanged. It's in the way you look at each other, the way you understand each other's thoughts before they are even spoken, the way you simply get it. It's a connection that doesn't require you to try to make sense of it, because deep down you know it makes perfect sense. The energy between the two of you flows effortlessly, like a current that runs beneath the surface, keeping you both grounded, connected, and in sync. The world may not understand it, and the outside forces may try to disrupt it, but the bond that is formed between two souls destined to be together is unbreakable. It's a connection that doesn't depend on the circumstances or the opinions of others. It simply is. It's pure, it's real, and it's sacred. This unspoken understanding is what allows two souls to navigate through life together, even when the road ahead is unclear. The beauty of soul connections lies not in the absence of difficulty, but in the way both souls are able to meet those challenges with a sense of unity and trust. There's an unshakable belief that no matter what life throws their way, they will be able to weather it together. The strength of the connection doesn't diminish in the face of adversity. Instead, it grows stronger. The love and understanding that exists between two souls meant to be together is a foundation that is built not on fleeting emotions or temporary circumstances, but on something much more enduring. It's built on trust, on patience, on the willingness to walk through both the joyful and the difficult times hand in hand. This unspoken understanding also means that there's a level of comfort and ease that comes with being in each other's presence. When you're with the person you're meant to be with, you don't feel the need to perform or put on an act. There's no pressure to impress or live up to any expectations. You can simply be yourself in all your rawness, all your flaws, all your imperfections. And in that space, you are accepted, loved, and appreciated for exactly who you are. It's a place where vulnerability is met with love, where authenticity is not only accepted, but celebrated. There's a freedom that comes with this kind of connection. The freedom to be who you truly are without the fear of judgment or rejection. And this, in turn, allows both souls to grow and evolve in ways that they may not have been able to if they had remained in a space where they felt the need to hide or be someone they weren't. Over time, this unspoken understanding only deepens. It doesn't fade or weaken, it becomes more profound. It becomes a language that is unique to the two souls involved. It's a language made up of glances, gestures, touches, and silences. It's a language that speaks not just to the mind, but to the heart. A language that connects the depths of one soul to the depths of the other. It's a language that is so fluent, so natural, that it doesn't require effort. It just flows. And in this flow, both souls find themselves more in tune with each other, more aligned, more attuned to each other's needs, desires, and emotions. This understanding also extends beyond the moment of connection. It's not just about the time you spend together or the experiences you share. It's about the connection that endures even when you're apart. When two souls are meant to be together, the connection doesn't cease when you're not in the same physical space. It remains constant, unwavering, even if you're miles apart. There's a sense of presence that remains, a knowing that the other is with you even when they're not physically there. This is the power of soul recognition, the ability to feel deeply connected even when you're separated. The bond doesn't fade with distance. And it doesn't weaken with time. It simply grows. It's a love that transcends the physical limitations of the world and moves into the realm of the eternal. The connection becomes part of your very being, woven into the fabric of who you are, and nothing at all can sever that bond. This unspoken understanding also has a profound impact on the way two souls communicate with each other. It allows them to communicate without fear, without hesitation, without the need to filter their thoughts and emotions. There's an honesty that emerges, the rawness that becomes the foundation of their relationship. It's a space where both souls can speak their truth without fear of judgment or rejection. And in this truth, they find healing, they find growth, they find acceptance. The communication is not always verbal, it's felt, it's seen, and it's understood in ways that words can't capture. It's a communication that comes from the soul, a communication that speaks to the very essence of who they are. The beauty of this unspoken understanding is that it is not bound by time. It does not fade with age, nor does it grow weary with the passing of days. It is eternal, it is constant, and as both souls continue on their individual journeys, their connection only deepens, evolving and growing in ways that are unimaginable. When two souls are meant to be, they come together not just for a season, not just for a moment, but for eternity. Their bond is unbreakable, unshakable, and everlasting. And in this bond, they find a love that is pure, unconditional, and eternal. A love that transcends time, space, and circumstance, and that remains steadfast no matter what. When two souls are meant to be, it's not always an easy path. The connection between them, as powerful and undeniable as it may be, often comes with its own challenges and trials. It is easy to think that love or a deep connection should be effortless. We are conditioned to believe that when something is meant to be, it will simply fall into place without any resistance, without any struggle. But that's not always how soul connections work. Sometimes the journey toward that destined union requires patience, sacrifice, and a willingness to face the unknown, to confront parts of ourselves we may not yet fully understand, and to grow into the people we need to become in order to fully embrace that connection. The depth of the bond between two souls destined to be together is often formed in the heat of these challenges, in the moments of doubt, in the spaces where vulnerability and uncertainty meet. The trials and struggles that come along the way are not signs that the connection is not meant to be. Quite the opposite, they are the very things that strengthen the connection. These challenges force both souls to confront their fears, their insecurities, and their limitations. They push both individuals to grow and evolve in ways that they may never have imagined possible. And it is through this growth, this transformation, that the two souls are able to come together more fully, more completely, and more authentically. The connection becomes even deeper because it is rooted in a shared understanding of what it takes to walk through life together, to face the highs and the lows, the victories and the defeats, hand in hand. The bond isn't built solely on moments of joy, but also on the times when both souls had to lean on each other for support, comfort, and strength. It is in those times of adversity that the connection is truly tested, and it is in the overcoming of those challenges that the bond becomes unbreakable. When two souls are meant to be, they are not just two people coming together to form a relationship. They are two individuals who have been on separate journeys of their own, each learning, evolving, and preparing for the moment when they will finally meet. Each soul has a unique path, a unique purpose, and unique lessons to learn along the way. And often the reason why the connection doesn't happen immediately is because both souls need time to go through their own personal growth processes. They need to go through the experiences that will teach them the value of love, the importance of trust, the power of forgiveness, and the necessity of self-love before they can truly give themselves to another. The timing of when these two souls meet is not arbitrary. It is divinely orchestrated so that both individuals are ready to embrace the connection when it happens. There is a sense of preparation that occurs on a soul level even before the meeting, even before the relationship begins. And sometimes this preparation takes years or even lifetimes as the souls work through the lessons they need to learn before they can come together. It's important to recognize that the path to coming together is not always linear. It may not be smooth. There may be periods of separation, moments where the two souls are drawn apart in order to continue their individual journeys. This can be confusing and painful, especially when the connection feels so right, so destined. But separation doesn't always mean that the connection is over. It doesn't mean that the bond is broken. In fact, it often means that the two souls are being given space to grow in their own individual ways before they can come back together. Sometimes The separation is necessary for both individuals to learn the things they need to learn, to heal from past wounds, and to come into a space where they are ready to unite in a way that is more profound and lasting. This period of separation, while difficult, is also an opportunity for self-discovery. It's a chance for both souls to grow into the best versions of themselves. During this time, each individual learns how to be whole on their own, how to be independent and self-sufficient, how to cultivate self-love and self-respect. This is essential because a soul connection isn't about finding someone to complete you. It's about finding someone who complements you. Someone who matches your energy and your growth. Someone who walks beside you as equals, not as one person needing the other to be whole. It's only when both individuals are fully whole and complete within themselves that they can come together in a healthy, balanced, and loving way. The strength of the bond between two souls meant to be together is also rooted in their ability to heal together. Often both individuals come into the relationship with emotional scars, past traumas, and unresolved pain. And while they may have come to the relationship to find love and connection, they also come to heal not just themselves, but each other. This healing process is not always easy. It often requires confronting painful truths, digging into old wounds, and being vulnerable enough to allow the other person to see the parts of ourselves that we've kept hidden. But this vulnerability, this willingness to show up with authenticity and openness is what allows both souls to heal and grow. It's in the acceptance of each other's imperfections and struggles that the bond becomes stronger, because it is built on a foundation of understanding, compassion, and unconditional love. As both souls continue to grow, evolve, and heal together, they develop a deeper level of trust. Trust is one of the most essential components of any soul connection. It is through trust that two individuals can surrender to the relationship, allow themselves to be vulnerable, and open themselves up to the full depth of love. Without trust, the connection cannot grow. Without trust, the bond cannot flourish. But when trust is present, the connection becomes a safe space where both individuals can be their truest selves without fear of judgment or rejection. Trust creates a space for love to thrive, and it is this trust that will carry the two souls through the inevitable challenges and tests that life will throw at them. Ultimately, the journey of two souls meant to be together is about transformation. It's not just about the joy of being with someone. It's about the transformation that takes place in both individuals as they come together. This transformation is not just about the relationship. It's about both souls becoming more aligned with their higher selves, becoming more connected to their true purpose, and growing into the people they were always meant to be. It's through the connection with each other that both souls find a deeper understanding of themselves and a deeper understanding of the love that exists within them. And as they continue to walk this path together, they learn that the connection is not just a bond between two people, it is a bond between two souls that are on a journey of growth, healing, and ultimate fulfillment. Through all of the challenges, the lessons, and the growth, the bond becomes unbreakable, and the connection becomes a lasting force that will carry them through all of life's twists and turns. The union of two souls meant to be together is not just a beautiful thing, it is a transformative, life-altering experience that has the power to change everything. When two souls are meant to be, it is not a coincidence. It is part of a larger, grander design that we may not always fully understand. Life may present countless twists and turns, paths that seem to lead us away from the very thing we long for. But in reality, every moment, every experience, and every lesson is preparing us for the moment when we will finally meet that one soul who completes us. This journey of preparation, though sometimes difficult or painful, is essential. It's through the challenges, the trials, and the moments of feeling lost that we are shaped and refined into the people we need to be in order to recognize, embrace, and cherish the connection when it arrives. Life is constantly shaping us, refining our hearts, teaching us lessons of patience, growth, and self-discovery, so that when that destined soul finally enters our life, we are ready to meet them, not just with open arms, but with an open heart, prepared to offer love, understanding, and acceptance. The beauty of divine timing is that it ensures both individuals are ready to meet at the precise moment when they can offer their full selves to one another. But this readiness is not about having everything figured out or being perfect in every way. It's about being open to love and connection, being open to growth, and being willing to accept the flaws and imperfections that make us human. Sometimes we think we have to be whole before we can meet the right person. But the truth is that meeting the right person often helps us heal, grow, and become whole in ways we never could have done on our own. It's not about completing each other in the traditional sense, but about complementing one another, bringing out the best in each other, and supporting each other as both individuals continue to evolve into the best versions of themselves. When two souls are meant to be, they come together not to fix each other, but to grow and expand together, creating a union that is stronger, richer, and more beautiful because it is built on mutual respect, trust, and the understanding that both individuals are continually evolving. However, the journey to meeting that one soul can often be a winding road, filled with unexpected detours, moments of doubt, and feelings of frustration. There are times when we may question whether the connection will ever happen, whether we will ever meet that person who understands us, accepts us, and loves us in the way we long to be loved. It is during these times of uncertainty that we must hold on to faith, trust, and patience. It's in these moments that we must remind ourselves that everything we've experienced has been leading us to the moment when we meet that soul. We may not understand it at the time, and it may feel like we are wandering aimlessly, but all of the experiences, both the joyful and the painful, are part of a larger plan. We are being shaped, molded, and prepared to meet that soul with the fullness of who we are, and it is in this preparation that we find strength. When the time finally comes for these two souls to meet, it may not always be what we expect. The connection may feel instant, as if time and space have collapsed. And suddenly you are face to face with someone who feels as though they've always been a part of you. Someone whose energy aligns with yours in a way that is beyond words. Or it may take time to recognize the connection, as both individuals go through their own process of growth and self-discovery before they are fully ready to embrace the union. Either way, when two souls are meant to be, the recognition is undeniable. It may not always be an explosion of emotions or a dramatic revelation, but it will be a subtle, quiet knowing, one that resonates deep within your soul. You may not have all the answers or know exactly what the future holds, but you will know with absolute certainty that this is the person who has been destined to walk beside you, to share in your journey, and to build something beautiful together. And once that connection is established, it doesn't mean that everything is perfect or that there won't be obstacles along the way. The connection is destined, but it's also a relationship, and relationships require work. It requires both individuals to show up, to communicate, to support one another, and to navigate the complexities of life together. It is not always easy, and there will be moments of difficulty, confusion, and even conflict. But the key to maintaining the strength of the bond between two souls meant to be together is the willingness to confront these challenges with an open heart and a deep sense of respect for each other. There is no room for pride or stubbornness in a true soul connection. Instead, there is a mutual commitment to growth, understanding, and compromise. Both individuals are willing to work through difficulties, not by pulling away from each other, but by coming together to find solutions, heal wounds, and strengthen their bond. The relationship is not simply about the moments of bliss and happiness, although these moments are certainly important. It is about facing the difficulties together, about showing up even when things are tough, about holding each other up when one is struggling, and about learning and growing together through all the experiences life brings. The most powerful relationships are not built on perfection, but on the willingness to face imperfection with love, compassion, and a shared commitment to the journey ahead. When two souls are meant to be, they will face these challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for deeper connection and growth. And while the union of two souls is powerful, it's important to remember that both individuals continue to grow, both individually and together. A soul connection doesn't mean that you stop evolving, stop learning, or stop pursuing your own dreams and desires. Rather, it means that you support each other's growth, that you encourage each other to become the best version of yourselves, and that you cheer each other on as you both pursue your unique paths. It's about creating a partnership where both individuals feel seen, heard, and valued, where each person is free to be their true self, and where both are committed to creating a life that reflects the love, the connection, and the growth they've experienced together. Ultimately, when two souls are meant to be, the connection is transformative. It changes you, challenges you, and pushes you to become a better version of yourself. It's not just about finding someone to share your life with. It's about finding someone who helps you step into the fullness of who you are meant to be. It's a journey of discovery, of growth, of healing, and of love. A love that is not just about romantic feelings, but about a deep soul-level connection that transcends time and space. It's a love that makes you feel more alive, more connected to yourself and to the world around you, and more open to the beauty and the possibilities that life has to offer. When two souls are meant to be, they come together at exactly the right moment, and their bond becomes an anchor in the storm, a light in the darkness, and a source of strength and inspiration. It's a connection that can withstand anything life throws its way, because it is built on the unshakable foundation of love, trust, and mutual respect. And as these two souls continue to walk this journey together, side by side, their love will continue to grow, evolve, and deepen, becoming a force that not only transforms their own lives, but also the lives of those around them. It is a love that stands the test of time, a love that endures through every challenge, and a love that will continue to inspire, heal, and uplift for years to come. When two souls are meant to be, they don't just meet by chance. There is an undeniable sacred energy that pulls them toward one another, an invisible force that guides them through the twists and turns of life. The connection between these two souls is not something that can be orchestrated or forced. It happens in divine timing when both individuals are ready, prepared, and open to the love and the partnership that destiny has set before them. It is an unfolding process, one that neither person may fully understand at first, but both will come to know deeply and profoundly as the journey progresses. And when they do meet, something extraordinary happens. It's as though the universe itself is acknowledging the bond, affirming the path they are meant to walk together. The meeting of two souls meant to be together is not always immediate or obvious. Sometimes it happens quietly in the most ordinary moments before either person realizes the significance of the encounter. It may be a chance meeting, a random conversation, or an event that feels like just another part of everyday life. But what is extraordinary is the subtle feeling, the quiet knowing that stirs within both hearts. It's a recognition, not of the physical form, but of the deeper essence of who the other person truly is. It's a soul-deep recognition, something that resonates beyond the conscious mind, something that feels familiar, as if you've known the person forever, even though you may have only just met. There is a comfort and a sense of belonging that surpasses time and space. The heart and the soul recognize one another long before the mind can catch up. For many, this recognition feels almost like coming home. It's as if all the wandering, all the searching, all the longing for something deeper has finally come to an end. It's a feeling of peace, of knowing that this is the person you've been waiting for, the one with whom you can share your life, your dreams, and your heart. It's not a feeling that comes from external circumstances or fleeting emotions, but from the deepest part of who you are, It's a connection that transcends logic, defies reason, and exists in the realm of the spiritual. It is not something that can be easily explained or understood by the mind, because it is a truth that is felt and known on a soul level. As this bond continues to grow, both individuals are likely to experience a sense of alignment, as though their paths have suddenly come into harmony. There is a natural flow that develops between the two, a shared understanding that feels almost effortless. It's not that there won't be challenges, not that the journey will be without bumps and obstacles, but rather that the bond between these souls allows them to navigate those challenges together. There is a mutual respect and trust that forms the foundation of their relationship. It's an unspoken understanding that no matter what comes their way, they will face it together, side by side, knowing that their connection is strong enough to withstand anything life throws at them. What is also remarkable about this soul connection is that it brings out the best in both individuals. Each person becomes more of who they are meant to be when they are in the presence of the other. This is not because they rely on one another to complete them, but because the connection allows each person to step into their full potential. Being together fosters growth, self-discovery, and transformation. The two souls help each other heal, support one another through difficulties, and encourage one another to reach for the stars. The love between them becomes a mirror, reflecting back to each person their strengths, their beauty, and their worth. It is in this reflection that both individuals are able to see themselves in a new light and continue to evolve in ways they never thought possible. The growth that comes with this connection is not always easy, though. There will be moments of discomfort, times when both individuals are forced to confront their fears, their insecurities, and their past wounds. But the beauty of this journey is that the connection between these souls is strong enough to handle these challenges. It doesn't break under pressure, but rather it deepens. The willingness to face personal struggles together, to be vulnerable and open with one another, only strengthens the bond. It is in these moments of vulnerability, of leaning on each other for support, that the connection deepens and becomes more sacred. For many, the process of coming together may feel like a dance. Sometimes in sync, other times out of step, but always moving toward the same destination. It is a delicate balance between individual needs and desires and the needs of the relationship. Each person must learn to give and take, to make sacrifices, and to find a way to honor both themselves and the other person. This is not always an easy task, as it requires selflessness, patience, and a willingness to put the other person's needs above your own at times. But in the process, both individuals grow stronger, more resilient, and more connected to one another. It is this dance of give and take, of ebb and flow, that creates a rhythm that becomes the heartbeat of their relationship. The connection between two souls meant to be is also one of deep spiritual significance. It is a bond that goes beyond the physical realm and into the divine. These two individuals are not simply coming together to form a romantic partnership or a friendship. They are joining together to fulfill a higher purpose, a purpose that transcends their individual lives. Their union is part of a larger cosmic plan, and their connection is meant to bring healing, growth, and transformation, not only to them, but to the world around them. When two souls meant to be come together, the impact of their union reaches far beyond their own lives. Their love and their connection become a force for good, spreading positivity, healing, and light wherever they go. This spiritual connection is not always easy to understand, but it is always present. It is the invisible thread that binds them together, guiding them toward each other, encouraging them to grow, and helping them navigate the complexities of life. The relationship becomes not just about two people loving one another, but about the larger mission they are meant to accomplish together. It is a reminder that their love is sacred and that their connection is divinely orchestrated. It gives them a sense of purpose, a reason to continue moving forward, and the strength to face whatever challenges may come their way. As their bond deepens, these two souls will likely come to realize that they are more than just a couple. They are partners in life's grand adventure. They are co-creators. building a future together, shaping their lives in ways that reflect their shared vision and value. They will find joy in the simple moments, laughing together, supporting each other, sharing dreams, and creating a life that is filled with love, joy, and meaning. They will celebrate the milestones, both big and small, and navigate the difficulties with grace and compassion. The love between them will continue to grow, becoming richer, deeper, and more profound as they move through life together. Ultimately, when two souls are meant to be, their connection becomes a sacred union that cannot be broken. It is a bond that is built on trust, respect, love, and mutual growth. It is a love that continues to evolve, transforming both individuals and the world around them. Their journey together is a reminder that love is not just about romantic gestures or fleeting emotions. It is about a deep, soul-level connection that transcends time and space, and that continues to deepen as they walk through life hand in hand. This union is not just a fleeting moment, it is a lifetime. A journey of discovery, growth, and transformation that will continue to unfold for as long as they are together. It is a love that stands the test of time, that endures through every challenge, and that blossoms into something beautiful and eternal. When two souls are meant to be, the bond they share is not something that can be easily explained or understood. It is not always about the immediate connection or the initial spark, although those moments can certainly be powerful. No, the true depth of this connection is revealed over time through shared experiences, challenges, and moments of growth. The journey of these two souls coming together is a process, one that often begins long before they even realize it. Sometimes the universe has a way of setting things into motion, aligning events, circumstances, and even people in ways that seem coincidental, but in reality, they are all part of a larger plan. These souls are being drawn together, sometimes in the most unexpected of ways, and the beauty lies in the realization that all the struggles, lessons, and experiences leading up to their meeting have been preparing them for this very moment. It is easy to believe that love is something that can be rushed, that it is something that can be forced or created at will. But true, lasting love between two souls meant to be together is not something that can be manufactured. It requires patience, understanding, and a deep sense of trust in the process of life. The individuals involved must first learn to trust themselves, to heal the wounds and insecurities that may have been holding them back, before they can truly be ready to receive the love they are destined for. This journey of self-discovery and healing is just as important as the journey of finding that soul connection. It is during this time of growth and introspection that the individuals involved are being prepared, shaped, and refined so that when they do meet, they are able to offer their full selves to the connection. They are not simply coming together as two halves looking for completion, but as two whole individuals, each bringing their unique experiences, strengths, and wisdom into the relationship. This process of preparation, of becoming whole within oneself, is not always easy. It requires letting go of past hurt, releasing fear, and facing the truth about who we are and what we truly need. It involves surrendering to the idea that we cannot control every aspect of our lives, and that love, true love, will come when the time is right. And sometimes that means waiting. It means trusting that the universe knows what it is doing, that the right person will enter your life at the right time, and that when they do, it will be worth every moment of waiting, every moment of uncertainty. There are times when it feels as though the world is moving in one direction while we stand still, unsure of where to go next. But even in these moments, there is a quiet knowing that the journey is leading us towards something far greater than we could have ever imagined. It is preparing us for the soul connection that will transform our lives. When these two souls finally meet, it may not be in the way they expected. There is no set formula or perfect scenario for how these things unfold. Sometimes the meeting is quiet, unassuming, and filled with the sense that something larger is at play, while at other times it can be an intense electric moment that leaves both individuals in awe. Regardless of how it happens, there is a moment of recognition, a sense that this is the person who is meant to walk beside you, who is meant to share in your journey, who is meant to love you and be loved by you in a way that transcends everything you've known before. In this moment, both souls are aware, even if they can't fully articulate it, that something sacred has begun. The connection is immediate, even if it takes time for both people to understand the depth of what is happening. This recognition is not based on physical attraction alone, although that may certainly play a role. It goes beyond the surface. It is the recognition of the essence of the other person, the soul, the spirit, the energy that resonates with your own. It is as if, upon meeting, you immediately know that you have crossed paths before, that you are not strangers, but rather kindred spirits who have been waiting for each other. This understanding does not come from words, but from the heart and soul. It is a feeling that goes beyond logic, beyond rational thought. It's a knowing that can't be explained, only felt. And it is this knowing that creates the foundation for what is to come, a deep, meaningful, and enduring connection that will weather whatever storms life may bring. But the journey of these two souls is not without its challenges. There will be times of doubt, times when it feels as though the connection is being tested. Life has a way of throwing obstacles in our path, and relationships are not immune to this. But when two souls are truly meant to be, the connection will only grow stronger through adversity. The challenges will not break them. They will deepen the bond between them. Every obstacle, every trial, every difficult moment will become an opportunity for both souls to come closer together, to learn, to grow, and to understand each other more deeply. The connection is not about avoiding difficulty, but about facing it together with strength, love, and resilience. It is through these challenges that the depth of the relationship is revealed and the true power of the connection is felt. At the same time, these two souls are not just healing and growing through their relationship, they are also continuing their individual journeys of self-discovery. Being in a relationship with another person, especially one that is destined to be, does not mean that both people stop growing or stop evolving. On the contrary, the relationship becomes a catalyst for further personal growth. When we allow ourselves to love deeply and fully, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new lessons, and new ways of thinking. Each person in the relationship is constantly evolving, constantly becoming more of who they are meant to be. The bond between these two souls encourages them to continue growing, to continue pushing past their limits, and to continue striving for their highest potential. One of the most beautiful aspects of a soul connection is that both individuals support each other's growth without competition or jealousy. Instead of feeling threatened by the other's success or progress, they celebrate it. They recognize that each person's growth enhances the relationship, making it stronger and more fulfilling. They understand that their individual paths are equally important, and they support one another in their unique journeys. This mutual respect and support create a safe space for both individuals to thrive, knowing that they are both loved and accepted for who they are, flaws and all. As time goes on, the bond between these two souls will only deepen. The connection that once felt new and unfamiliar becomes a part of their daily existence. Their love is no longer just something they feel in moments of intimacy or excitement, but something that permeates every aspect of their lives. It is in the small, everyday moments, the quiet conversations, the shared glances, the comforting touch, that the depth of their connection is truly felt. It is in these moments that they realize how much they have come to rely on one another, how much they have come to depend on the other for support, love, and guidance. This connection, built on trust, respect, and mutual growth, becomes the foundation of their lives, a strong, unshakable bond that allows them to weather the storms and enjoy the blessings that life brings their way. The beauty of two souls meant to be together is that their bond is not just about the love they share. It is about the way they elevate each other, the way they help each other reach for the stars, the way they build something greater than themselves. Their love becomes a force that not only transforms their own lives, but also touches the lives of those around them. Their union is a reminder that true love is not about possession or control, but about freedom, support, and mutual respect. When two souls are meant to be, they not only complete each other, but they become something greater together. A partnership that stands the test of time and leaves a legacy of love, strength, and growth. When two souls are meant to be, their connection is not something that can be fully understood in the moment. It is a process, a gradual unfolding, one that reveals itself layer by layer as time passes. At first, it may feel like a simple meeting, a chance encounter, or even a casual introduction, but there is something deeper at play, something that neither individual can fully explain or comprehend at the time. It is as though the universe has been working behind the scenes, setting the stage for this very meeting, aligning all the pieces of the puzzle just so that these two souls will finally come together. The recognition of this connection may not happen immediately, but when it does, it is unmistakable, as if the heart and soul suddenly awaken to the truth that this person, in all their unique beauty and imperfections, is the one they have been waiting for. This connection is not based on superficial things like appearances or external circumstances, though those elements can certainly play a role in how we feel about someone. Rather, it is a deep spiritual bond that transcends the physical realm. It goes beyond what can be seen with the eyes or understood with the mind. It is a feeling that emanates from the soul, a knowing that feels almost like a homecoming. When these two souls meet, it's as if everything aligns, as if all the experiences, struggles, and lessons they've gone through up until this point have been preparing them for this very moment. They are no longer two separate entities, but two souls whose journeys have intersected at just the right time, in just the right place, to create something greater than either could have imagined on their own. For some, this recognition comes quickly, while for others it takes time to fully understand the significance of the bond that is forming. But what remains constant is the undeniable sense that something extraordinary is taking place. It's as if, in an instant, their worlds become intertwined, their lives irrevocably altered by this connection. The way they see each other, the way they interact, the way they feel in each other's presence, all feels different. It's not just a feeling of love, but a sense of deep soul-level recognition, as though they have known each other for lifetimes. The connection is so profound that it feels destined, as if the universe has conspired to bring them together for a reason, a higher purpose. This recognition of each other's soul is not always accompanied by fireworks or grand gestures, but rather by a quiet knowing. It is often subtle, gentle, and full of a deep, abiding peace. There's a feeling that no matter what has happened in the past, no matter what struggles or heartaches have been endured, everything has led up to this moment, and it is all worth it. The connection feels both ancient and new, familiar and fresh. It is as if these two souls were meant to find each other in this particular lifetime, that their meeting was written in the stars long before either of them were born. The process of coming together is not always easy, nor is it always smooth. There will be obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt. Both individuals must face their own fears, insecurities, and past wounds. They must be willing to confront their own limitations and grow beyond them, even if it means stepping out of their comfort zones. But this is part of the process, part of the journey that ultimately strengthens the bond between them. These challenges serve to deepen the relationship as each person learns to trust the other, to open their heart fully, and to embrace vulnerability. The connection between them is tested, but it is never broken. Instead, it becomes stronger, more resilient, and more profound as both individuals grow, evolve, and learn to support each other through life's challenges. One of the most powerful aspects of this connection is the way it encourages both individuals to grow into the best version of themselves. It is not about becoming someone else, but about uncovering the truest version of who they are meant to be. The love and support they share create a safe space where both individuals can heal, learn, and evolve without fear of judgment. Each person becomes a mirror for the other, reflecting back their strengths, their vulnerabilities, and their potential. The bond between them inspires growth, pushes them to reach for their highest selves, and encourages them to face the deepest parts of their being. This process of growth is not always easy, and it often requires both individuals to step into the unknown, to face uncomfortable truths about themselves, and to let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve them. At the same time, this connection brings a sense of balance and harmony to both individuals' lives. It is not about one person taking more than the other, but about a mutual exchange of love, support, and understanding. Each person is seen, valued, and respected for who they are, not for what they can do for the other. There is a sense of equality in the relationship where both individuals contribute equally to the growth and development of the partnership. This balance is what creates a foundation of trust and security, allowing the relationship to flourish in a way that feels natural and effortless. It's not about trying to change the other person or mold them into something they are not. Instead, it's about allowing each other the freedom to be their true selves while offering love and support along the way. The connection between these two souls also brings a sense of purpose, a feeling that their union is part of something much larger than themselves. It's not just about the love they share in the present moment, but about the way their relationship fits into the greater tapestry of life. Together, they are able to create something greater than the sum of their parts, a partnership that allows them to build a future together that reflects their shared values, dreams, and aspirations. They become co-creators of a life filled with meaning, purpose, and fulfillment, and their connection serves as a foundation for everything they do. What is truly remarkable about this bond is that it is not about possession or ownership, but about freedom and support. Each person has the space to grow and explore their individual paths while knowing that they are always supported by the other. It is a love that allows both individuals to be fully themselves, to pursue their passions, and to chase their dreams without fear of judgment or rejection. It is a love that lifts both individuals up, helping them to become more than they ever thought possible. The connection between them is not about two people becoming one, but about two people coming together to create something unique, something that could not exist without the other. As time passes, the connection between these two souls continues to deepen. It is not a static bond, but one that evolves and grows with each passing day. Their love is not just something they feel in moments of happiness or celebration, but something that is present in the quiet, everyday moments of life. It is in the way they support each other through challenges, the way they communicate without words, the way they find comfort in each other's presence, even when no one else is around. Their connection becomes an anchor in their lives, a source of strength and peace that helps them navigate the ups and downs of life. The bond they share becomes the foundation of everything they do, and it shapes the way they interact with the world around them. Ultimately, when two souls are meant to be together, their union is not just about love. It is about purpose, growth, and transformation. It is about creating something beautiful, something that lasts, and something that transcends the individual. The connection they share is not just a fleeting moment, but a lifelong journey, one that will continue to evolve, deepen, and expand as they walk through life together. They are partners in the truest sense of the word, supporting, encouraging, and inspiring each other to be the best versions of themselves. Together, they create a love that is eternal, a love that is unbreakable, and a love that is destined to stand the test of time.